Sean, you've ever done the clapper thing for TV?
Oh my God! I
You just have to go like this.
I didn't know these were real.
They're real.
They're actually. I thought these were just transitions.
What is yours? There, that was so good.
Oh my God! I feel so accomplished.
Take this from you.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Amazing.
We just saw this video of you explaining the hippocampus and explaining the pituitary gland and your favorite neurotransmitters. Tell me about this. How did this YouTube channel start for you?
So basically, I've had a lifelong love for learning, and around the age of 4 to 5, I wanted to start a YouTube channel because I had learned a lot from all of the educational channels, and I decided that it would be best if I shared the knowledge I had gathered with the world.
Amazing. Sean, I have so many questions for you. When did this start for you? How old were you when you started watching and learning on your own?
About 0 months old.
What do you mean? Like right when you were in the womb?
In the womb, I was doing science. Like, if my mom's belly was emitting kinematic equations.
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, so that was really just a way to transition into the fact that from babyhood to now, I have been learning and educating and soaking up information from any type of media or source that I can find because I've always wanted to learn. How kids enjoy playing video games, I enjoyed learning. Like, learning was my video game. And I really just had a passion for it. Because, like, basically everything I've done so far is a passion project. I have a sort of gravitational attraction towards learning.
When you're thinking about this sort of stuff, are you learning it and then memorizing it, or are you trying to create new information, new knowledge?
I bet you've heard of this. I have hyperthymesia, which means I have a hippocampus that's on steroids. And basically, the second I learn something, I kind of memorize it.
You can't forget it.
Well, I can forget it, but I mean, usually this hyperthymesia I have, it's kind of weird. My mom likes to call it selective because I still forget a lot of things, but the thing is, it's activated by trigger. So like, if I watch a video using a certain song, then it's like the neurons, they just start firing in a loop until it brings me back to like 3 years ago when I heard the same song.
How does it make you feel?
It's double-sided because sometimes it makes me happy, bringing me back to those memories of when I was very much a littler kid. And sometimes it really brings me stress and anxiety because sometimes there are these horror medias that I see and I watch them and I'm interested in them. And then in the middle of the night, the repercussions of hyperthymesia come and I eventually just can't sleep.
Just replaying it as a loop?
Exactly. Like, there was this one jump scare that I wasn't ready for, and then I go to bed, and then it's just like, hey, remember that jump scare?
What else? What in your own life? Do you want to have a certain profession one day, or do something specific in terms of your work?
Well, I want to be a neurocardiosurgeon, which can be defined as the combination of a brain and a heart surgeon. And I invented this word when I was 4 years old because when I was doing research on the human body or anatomy, which was one of my favorite science subjects to study about, I found out that the brain and the heart are connected in a loop where the brain has to tell the heart to pump blood and the heart pumps blood to the brain so the brain can tell the heart to pump blood. And it's a loop. So I thought if one is damaged, then what's going to happen to this loop? So I decided to specialize my treatment in both of those.
Well, I do one of those.
Yeah.
I do the brain part. So if you ever need any help, I mean, just give me a call. I don't know what kind of advice I can give you, though. You are so brilliant at such a young age. But what point did everyone else start noticing this about you?
Well, if you're speaking of my parents, then...
Right over there.
Yeah. Well, at 9 months old, we were driving to Carter's to get me some snazzy new baby clothes. And I looked at the sign and I flashed back to my months of learning phonics and reading and vocabulary. And I opened my little baby mouth and said, Carter's. I had read the sign that was on the top of the building. Sorry. And my mom was amazed. She was like, Sean, did you just read? And I'm like, silence. So when we got home, she showed me some baby flyers she was getting. I read them. She told my dad that I could read, and my dad didn't believe her until she showed it to him.
So you weren't going to regular schools. Were you learning mostly at home?
Yes, actually. I was mostly self-taught. And this did have some negative repercussions. And you may be thinking, how is this negative? Well, you see, I had overlearned. There is a saying that's like, you can never learn too much. Well, with me, I broke that. Because if you tried to show me a French fry, I would have said letter I instead of French fry. And my mom was not exactly happy about this. So she tried to take me to the park because we had gone to a psychologist and she was like, your son is learning too much.
Your son is learning too much.
Yeah, teach him how to play. And my mom did exactly that. She took me to the park and I'm like, woman, you're wasting my time. She tried to show me Mickey Mouse and stuff. I'm like, ew, get this monster off my screen. And then eventually, she kind of gave up and let me start learning. We went back to the psychologist, and my mom said her plans had failed. So she put me in a school, and not just any school. High Achievers. This technically counts as a shout out, so shout out High Achievers.
All right. I hope they're listening.
Yeah. But if you have gifted kids, that school's good because they will let your child progress at their own speed. So if your kid finishes, let's say, preschool in a week, which was me, then they move you on to kindergarten, and then kindergarten to first grade until I was in second grade at like the age of 3.
Wow. That's that's pretty incredible. Do you know any other kids like you?
So I don't know if you've heard of a kid who got accepted into Morehouse at 13.
Yes, I just did.
He's actually in my school.
Now, obviously you love to learn. Do you miss out on the other part of life, the playing part and other stuff? And you didn't really enjoy going to the park, sounds like.
I did. I do everything too much. I play too much. I learn too much. I read too much. Well, there's no such thing as reading too much, but I mean, based on normal standards, I read too much.
Do you have any bad habits?
Bad habits. Annoying. I vex every day. And if you ask my mom, she would list like 30 other things, but I don't want to be too self-detrimental.
No, definitely. You shouldn't. I mean, everyone's really super proud of you. So, and then you want to do this neurocardiac surgeon. That's what you want to be.
Yes.
So there's a brain over there, by the way. So you're very familiar with the brain?
I love the brain.
You love the brain? What do you love about the brain? I love the brain too, by the way. I think it's 3.5 pounds of the most mysterious tissue in the known universe. Is that how you feel about it?
Well, technically, there's more mysterious stuff in the universe like dark matter, but the most mysterious thing in the body because we do not understand it.
Do you have a favorite part of the brain?
Let me see if we can get inside it because my favorite part of the brain isn't on the outside.
I think you might be able to pull it apart. Let's see here.
So,
Do a little surgery on that there, Sean.
Okay. Scalpel.
I'm your scrub nurse. There you go. Don't cause any catastrophic bleeding.
I think ripping his brain in half is already enough. I would not want my brain to have this happen to it.
No. Although, they do operations where they remove an entire hemisphere of the brain. Did you know this?
Yeah, it's used to treat seizures, and sometimes they cut the corpus callosum.
Yeah.
And that causes the two hemispheres of the brain to argue. And that's always just kind of been a little freaky for me as a kid. Pretty sure it's in the middle, right?
Yeah. So what do you love about the hippocampus so much?
Memory, because memories are something that you can cherish. And I think memories are the best thing ever because they allow you to share a special bond with your past that usually animals without those developed brains that we have, they can't share that same bond with their past because they wouldn't remember.
Right.
So we have a special advantage with our advanced brains.
If you could change something about the brain, what would you change?
Infinite storage. I would make it so you could remember anything and everything and you wouldn't forget. That could have its downsides, but you'd have a pretty sick superpower though.
You would. Sounds like you're kind of close to that, aren't you?
Yeah, hyperthymesia, but I still forget stuff.
Do you?
I forget what my mom told me to do when I walk upstairs, and then I just end up doom scrolling for an hour.
No, you do not. You doom scroll?
Well,
I would not have guessed that.
I'm still a kid, though. Just because I'm smart, I'm still a kid.
Yes, you are.
I can tell this is the size of my brain.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
brain
good.
is
I think
literally
your
the
brain might
size
be a
of
little denser in a good way.
Yep.
Yeah. So why do you think it's so important to get science out there?
Well, science governs everything around us. From the air we breathe to the words we speak, it is the governor of all human, animal, and non-life. It allows for you to walk, to talk, to move, to live, to experience, to die. And if we do not have an understanding of what brings us to this world, then why even be in the world in the first place?
Do you think that other people share your interest in science? You think there's a lot of people who want to learn this?
Well, other than scientists, if you're talking about your average Joe, John Doe, then I don't really have a feeling because if everyone was interested in the science like I do, then my channel wouldn't have to exist because my goals would already have been achieved.
Does it surprise you that people are not more scientifically literate?
Very much because, have you heard of the term Facebook mom? Mm-hmm. They will walk up to you and say, they will show you a clearly AI picture and say, why can't you be more like this kid who built a helicopter out of soda bottles? And that's not true. And the same thing goes for science. You see, there are a lot of pages that show you fake science.
Yeah.
Or science that has been dumbed down so badly that it's fake. And this is everywhere. You can't escape it. So how can you tell the difference between real and fake?
Right.
There are a few main ways. First of all, check language. If something like the Oxford Dictionary posts a science thing that's like, new science term has been discovered, it explains how waves can be particles. And then it's something like duality. This is obviously true because it's from a credible source. It doesn't use clickbait language, and it explains everything clear and concise. These are the 3 science credibilities. If you find a website that uses clickbait language, is not from a credible source, and doesn't explain things concise and clearly, or hides it behind a paywall or an ad wall, then you can tell that it's probably clickbait. Now you go on another website called articlesformoney.com. I couldn't think of anything that sounded more clickbaity than that.
That's pretty clickbaity. Yeah. How worried are you about this? This misinformation and disinformation?
Very worried because people are actually investing in it, and then they read the article, and the article's like, scientists discovered where dreams are made in this area in the brain that was just discovered like yesterday. It's obviously true. Can't you see? Now watch this ad and click this pop-up. They're totally safe. And they end up learning false information because a month later, it's proved that that area was literally just the corpus callosum from an angle that made it look empty. And then that website has planted a seed of lies that you will go to share to your friends, and that friend has that seed of lies until near the whole world is believing in a lie that was disproven a month later. And then everyone goes to that website and floods it with reviews that are definitely not PG.
So I know you're trying to help combat misinformation. You got your own YouTube channel. You have 1.5 million followers. Is that right? Mm-hmm. It's incredible.
Well, estimated. I have 1.4 million.
1.4, sorry. 1. I've got to get it accurate. I don't want to be a purveyor of misinformation here.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
thank you. It's basically 1.5.
Yeah, okay.
So.
I think it was a fair mistake. But you're trying to get good information out there. Is it tough teaching these concepts, especially to adults?
Yes, because actually I've made mistakes in my videos before because I used to think that the heart could pump blood to the 4th floor of a building, but that was actually a lie that had been planted in my head by a book. And I believed it because it sounded credible. And this has happened to more people than me. And I shared it on my channel to millions of people, and just because a 10-year-old made a mistake, people are saying, are you dumb? How could you be sharing this fake stuff? That's bad. Sean, you've literally destroyed my trust.
Really?
I'm a 10-year-old. Like, let 10-year-olds be 10-year-olds.
So what are you most optimistic about for the future?
Myself.
You're betting on yourself.
Yeah. I know that my dreams seem big, but if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Did you come up with that on your own?
No. I saw it in a barber shop.
That I did not expect. So you're optimistic about yourself. What about the world in general?
I gotta get real with you for a second.
Let's do it.
The world is in a state of turmoil. Like, we're doomed.
We're doomed.
Like, everything that's been happening now, it always seems to be negative. In the words of my mom and her prayer group, it's like every single day a new shooting is happening.
Yeah.
Like, if you've recently watched the news, then every single time you're going to see at least one shooting. It's like there's a state of evil floating around everywhere. People are doing unruly, unholy, horrible, psychotic things, and they're there's not even a reason. Like, what compelled you to kill some guy? Like, what compelled you to hold a shooting at a local Walmart? Like, there's an old grandma trying to shop for some diapers for her grandson there, and you're just gonna walk into there and start banging the place? What's the point? There's no reason. So, I'm not very optimistic about the world right now.
How do we change this, Sean?
We have to start realizing about what we're doing. The first step is to see all the pain and suffering that's going on and devise a plan. And this plan has to be sent through the news, through every single piece of media we can try to get to say this message that we have to stop hurting our friends. We have to stop making things on purpose that will impact the world negatively.
I think you're going to be a big part of that, Sean. You're going to be around for a long time. You're going to outlive everybody in this room. So we're counting on you.
That scares me.
That does? Why does that scare you?
I'm scared of death.
Well, I'm talking about the fact that you're going to live a lot longer than us.
Yeah, but what am I going to do without my mom?
Aw,
Stop laughing, Mom. It's serious.
that is serious. You love your mom.
Do.
I didn't mean to make you sad.
Okay, let's lighten the mood with a fun fact.
All right. Hey, before I know you have some questions for me,
Yes.
but so I have kids that are older than you, by the way, quite a bit older actually. What advice do you have for other kids, maybe kids that are close to your age?
Never stop believing in yourself and your dreams. Your dreams may seem too big or too hard, but that just means you're dreaming the correct way. You're dreaming big. You're dreaming hard. You're dreaming strong. And never let anyone tell you that your dreams are not good enough. Because they are. Even if your dream is to sit in your room all day and do nothing, that's still what you choose to do with your life. Don't let people criticize you on your own choices. They're your choices, and you are you, not them. So they can't control you. When you're being you and they're being them, you are not being them.
Everyone's different. Hey, I'm curious though, before I let you ask me questions, how much of what you learn is stuff that you are memorizing and then recalling and reciting versus coming up with new ideas and new thoughts? Stuff that hasn't been out there before. Are you thinking about things in different ways?
So there's this theory I've made called graviton quantum sponge theory.
Oh my gosh.
And oh my gosh, indeed.
Graviton quantum sponge theory?
Yes.
Okay.
It describes the origins of the universe and tries to unify quantum mechanics and relativity.
Wow.
It basically says that the universe has little holes in it. These holes represent dimensions, and it's still a work in progress. So any physicists out there, don't get any bright ideas. It's my theory.
Let's lighten it up,
Yes.
because you get to ask me questions now.
All right.
What you got, Sean, the science kid?
Neuroplasticity.
One of my favorites.
Your favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, how do you not like neuroplasticity?
Exactly.
Even the word is fun to say.
Try saying that 3 times as fast.
Neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity, neuroplasticity.
All right. What about it?
So what do you really think about it? Like adapting to different environments. We were reading one of your COVID interviews, and when you were talking about how we have to adapt to the new life, one thing popped into my head. Neuroplasticity. Now, I know that's a little outdated, but did you think anything about neuroplasticity while saying that?
The honest answer is not really, because I was thinking more about the fact that our way of life, our phenotype, if you will, the way that we're expressing ourselves in life would have to change. And our behaviors would have to change as a result of the pandemic. But neuroplasticity, which I agree is an incredible concept, I think it's more about this idea that there are certain areas of the brain. We used to think of the brain as this very sort of have specific functions for specific areas. And we now know that that's not the case, that different areas of the brain can do different things, and they can even take over if one part of the brain is damaged. And there's also something known as neurogenesis. Are you familiar with neurogenesis?
Well, Genesis is the chapter of creation, so
Correct.
creation of new brain matter.
Yeah, new brain cells, exactly. So we now know that's possible as well. So it's crazy, right?
We're this close to being Wolverine at this point.
Oh, I see you making me think. I hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah, you're right. We are growing new brain cells. But going back to neuroplasticity and neurogenesis, I do think that we're learning a lot more about the brain. And we're realizing that you can grow new brain cells at any age, which I think that's pretty exciting because people think as you get older,
Your brain cells stop regrowing.
And maybe even starting to deplete. But if you can grow new brain cells at any age, that's pretty optimistic.
But I mean, still, there are still chances for diseases or conditions, I should say, such as Parkinson's, dementia, etc.
That's true. That's true. Although we're getting better at preventing some of those things as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I wanted to talk to you about, and this is a real good word, psychoneuroimmunology.
Oh my goodness. You have good words.
Yeah. Try saying that 3 times as fast again. I'm kidding.
Yes.
Psychoneuroimmunology. Psychoneuroimmunology.
Yeah, we did. That was easier,
Are we
actually.
just going to do that with every word?
I think we should,
Yeah,
especially if it has more than 3 syllables. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So psychoneuroimmunology. This is fascinating. So what's your question?
So my question is, how do you think emotions affect the immune system?
Yeah.
And if a happy guy gets sick, will they heal faster than a
Yes.
depressed guy?
Probably. There's my answer. Probably. No, but I think, people talk about this thing known as a placebo effect. Have you heard of the placebo effect?
Yeah. You can give someone a fake pill
Uh-huh.
and their body, they will think that it's a totally real pill and eat it. And they will think that the pill is actually helping them heal,
Yes.
when really that's just their body naturally healing.
I think I'd have a hard time teaching you anything, but I'll tell you this. Expectations.
Knew it, just kidding.
That's funny. You're really fast. You have a fast brain. You know that? Yeah, exactly. Expectations and experience are inextricably linked. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah. If you expect something good to happen and it happens, then you're going to have a much better feeling than if you expect something bad to happen and something good happen.
Yeah, and if you expect something to hurt, it'll probably hurt.
Yeah.
If you expect it not to hurt, it probably won't hurt. If you expect to get better faster, recover from an infection, activate your immune system, then all of that will actually happen.
Oh my God. I think
Psychoneuroimmunology.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
I think we could also refer this to when babies get hurt. They're like, oh my gosh, wasn't that so fun?
Exactly.
Amazing. And then the baby's like, oh yeah, that was fun.
Or if they go into really cold water and you say, that water's warm, it's not that cold. And they actually think it's comfortable. And
I wish that still worked. You could just tell someone, this is going to be fun. And they're like, oh, cool, this is fun.
you can do that. I bet you could do that because people believe you and you're very convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else you got?
My next question is about cryogenics.
We got to say it.
That's 3 syllables.
Cryogenics. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm a little mixed on cryogenics, kind of like you are on time travel. I think the idea of suspended animation. Are you familiar with suspended animation?
Yeah.
Of course you are. And if the idea of that becomes more real, then I think cryogenics may follow. But I think right now, we know that you can make things really cold and slow down metabolism, but sort of making that last long into the future, I think is...
And then trying to get them to come back.
To reanimate. Yes. Very challenging. Although, Sean,
Yeah.
I think if anybody will do this in the future, Betting on you. I'm betting on you. Cryogenics. All right. So those are good. So we got neuroplasticity. We did,
Psychoneuroimmunology.
I don't think we'll do the repeat thing again.
Psychoneuroimmunology.
And then cryogenics. You had like good questions. You got any more?
Now these are just coming from the relics of the back of my mind.
I love it.
What's your favorite neurochemical?
Oh, well, that's easy. Can you want to guess?
Endorphins.
Yeah. How did you know? Because
Those are mine too.
Really? By the way, endorphins, good. Endorphins.
Endorphins.
Yeah, most people would say dopamine, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
So what are endorphins?
Endorphins, they're like feel-good chemicals.
Yeah, they are.
They're in the same category as dopamine and serotonin.
Yes.
And they're usually associated with the same thing oxytocin is, love.
Yep. And another thing that they're associated with is morphine.
Oh.
Endorphine. That's where morphine comes from. So endorphins are kind of like our own body's natural morphine.
Isn't morphine a drug? So.
It is a drug, but it's something that's synthetic. But they got the idea for morphine from our endorphins. We have our own morphine system. Isn't that cool? And by the way, that relates back to the placebo effect. Like if you can harness your endorphins, that's why you feel good. That's why expectations and experience are so linked. And you're doing the happy dance. I love it. You got any more questions for me?
Oh yeah. So you have an Indian background, right?
Yeah, I'm Indian. Yeah.
Did that have anything to do? Did that do good for your career path? Did that do bad for your career path? Did it have no effect?
Wow, that's a really good question. Okay, I think it did good for my career path, and I'll tell you why. I think I have a funny sounding name, Sanjay Gupta. It's not that unusual in India, but here in the United States, pretty funny sounding name, right? But also that means pretty memorable name as well. So I think that's good, right?
I feel like Sean is a pretty common name, but my Irish spelling makes it a little less common.
Sean. I like it. Did people call you Scene ever?
Oh my God. I can't even. How did you know? I get called Scene more times than I get called Sean the Science Kid.
Really?
Literally.
Come on.
I have friends who've known me since I've come into the school and they still said, yo, what's up, Scene? Well, you've seen my annoyance. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, I like your name. I like the whole thing you got going on here with this jacket and everything. Sean, the Science Kid. That's pretty cool. Where'd
You
this
wanna see
jacket?
the back?
Yeah, let's see the back. Oh my gosh, that is a very good picture of you. That really encapsulates who you are, I think. And you have all these things. You have robots, you have molecules, you have brains. You have a lot of interests. By the way, astrophysics, I thought that's what you were going to go into versus neurocardiac.
Well, technically, I'm going to do theoretical physics too.
Oh, okay, of course.
And I'm going to do both of them.
Well, Sean, I wish you a lot of luck. And will you promise to call me if you need any help? I don't know if I can help you because you're really smart, and I think you're going to figure it all out on your own.
Hold up. After this, what's your number?
Okay.
Gotta give me your number.
I'll give you my number, and then you can.
And then, like, when I'm with my friends, I'm just gonna be like, oh, nothing. I'm just calling Sanjay. Sanjay. Wait, Sanjay who? Sanjay Gupta. What? What?
What a pleasure, Sean.